Hello everybody, Trident Games here, and today I am here with the new Unturned 2 Devlog 28. Now this was dropped on November 15th of 2019 by Nelson himself. So it is kind of nice to get a new devlog and start up this series again, because honestly I love reading all the information, all the new items that Nelson wants to put into the game. So I'm planning to do something like what's next, maybe a bit of miscellaneous, but I'm not gonna exactly go too over the editor status and what this is. Now I am gonna do this whole entire section in just one cut because there's not exactly too much to go over. Alright, let's start with the first thing. Note that the arms do not have much animation because in the future they will typically be using a fist weapon with punching combat. So that's also going to relate to the video somewhat, so be ready for that. It also says right here, looking at the older builds of 4.0, I'm really glad that I have restarted with the new character model and rig. For comparison, here is the disturbingly proportioned Dezen from about 1.5 years ago. So I guess, yeah, he looking a bit thick right there, not gonna lie. It is a shame that we will not have those props in the current maps though. So yeah, that is some of a bummer, but the sooner that we can get these good good stuff out, then the sooner we can actually play and experience 4.0 for ourselves. Now let's go here to what is next. For the coming 2 or 3 weeks, I am planning to work on catching up with the backlog of 3.0 feature requests, e.g. NPC trading for items, bug fixes, and then there's a tracker there. After that, we will be renewed focus on the 4.0 map heading into December and 2020. Particularly melee weapons for fists and items are a priority, and the tasks under next for roadmap mostly. And then this seems like it's just talking about bug fixes, RTX, master volume and stuff. So that's not too important. Now we're gonna watch the video now. So I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, now I will be doing the playing the entire video for us to watch. If I see something interesting, I will pause the video, and yeah, let's just start it.
Hello. Today we're taking a look at the pace and stance features in 4.0. If we go prone here and we're crawling around, you can see our weapons on our back.
It has that rust mechanic where you hold down Alt and you can turn your head to look around. So that's pretty neat.
Backpack. So all of the first-person body features still work properly with the different poses. And we can start crawling around here and see them wobbling around.
I also like the arm animations when you crawl around. You can just like see him like slightly lift up the arm to like drag himself forward. It's pretty neat.
So what makes this different from the features that had been done before in 4.0, probably about a year ago now? Well, more than that, a year and a half, is that these can be tuned very finely. You can either use the classic standing, crouch, prone, like here we're toggling between crouch and standing. These were the ones that were in 3.0, but now you can have fine-tuned control between each pose.
That is very interesting. I don't think I've seen any other game do that sort of thing, so that's pretty cool that he's bringing in some new ideas.
So if you need to get just the right height, you can kind of adjust and see what looks best. And this actually meant making a lot of animations. Like you can see when you're crouched, there's still the turn in place one. Although that's one thing that I haven't completely decided yet. I think this is still the roughest part, is that when you're prone, you just kind of swivel around. But that is something I want to address. And then aside from fine-tuning the height, which while we're prone we can see you can go from like the lowest stance possible where you're hiding in the bush or something, hiding in the grass over here, to slightly raising your head a bit, to having a little bit of extra visibility, like to see over the blades of grass. But the other thing is that you also have control over your speed. So here we're moving at the default walking pace, but similar to fine-tuning the stance, we can carefully reduce our speed, which is a lot quieter, or gradually speed it up towards running. And then when you're running,
Also, many of the sounds sound pretty nice as well, like the walking and stuff.
you're a lot louder and you're kicking up particles and stuff, which other players will be able to see and might give you away. And then that works in each stance as well, so you can do kind of a crouch run while you're low to the ground. Also, you can no longer run backwards, you can only run straight ahead and diagonally. Then, of course, this all works with the different weapons. We can grab our Eagle Fire here. There are definitely some weird poses, like here you can see the right shoulder looks a bit wonky. The main reason for that is I wanted to keep it where you animate the weapon once and it works for all stances. That makes it a lot easier, especially as like a individual developer, but also for modders, and there might be some feature in the future to help with that, but overall I don't think it's too noticeable, especially if the default is first person only. There's some nice animation when switching. Right now the view model animations aren't really in place yet, like there's just the simple bobbing, and what's actually happening there now is it's taking an average of the recent motions of your body and applying those to the view model. And so this has some nice effects, like when we're going between standing and crouch, we get some sway there, and then especially the kind of shakiness as you go between crouched and prone, because there's this animation for transitioning between them. But then, of course, in the future there will be some nicer feeling sway to the view model. Another nice feature of having the fully adjustable stance is that where previously there might be a gap that's just a little bit too narrow or too low for the default crouch, now you can go just that little bit extra lower to get through. So 180 is the maximum default pose, or here because of the foot IK we're slightly touching through the roof. There shouldn't really be any gaps this low, but 165 is 2 stances down. I didn't mention that yet, that there's 14 paces and 13 stances. So if we go down 2, we can just narrowly go into this 165 gap, another 2 in 150, another 2, so on and so forth. The lowest is actually 68 centimeters. So if we're all the way prone, we have 68 centimeter clearance, so we can't make it through this one, but we can make it through the 75 centimeter gap. And the reason for that, like it might make sense to go a little bit lower, is just because the character collision is a capsule and the radius is 34 centimeters. But I think for most cases the 68 centimeter clearance should work. And of course all the official maps and everything will be designed around having secret passages and stuff that work with the lowest possible stance, like crawling through vents or whatnot.
Don't know what just happened there.
Also, one benefit of sharing the animations between all the stances is that for some of these cases where we end up with a lot of different animations, like separate animations for taking the magazine out versus just reloading, is then those can just be animated once and reused between some different ones. And it's not too noticeable that it looks weird in first person.
Yes. So weird. Sorry about that, guys. But I do highly recommend for you to go watch the video yourself. He kind of just like talks about mostly that stance sort of thing, and I think it's very nice sort of attention to detail as well. But anyway, that is gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and bye.